Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Shabazz from Adam's Tech Guide. I'm super excited today to bring this legacy back to you all. After 5 years, this is going to be the first video of my Hackintosh. So in this video, we'll be installing macOS Tahoe on our computer. We'll be making a Hackintosh installer for our system. You guys have to bear with me for today's video because this is going to be a little bit lengthy. Dividing the video into 4 parts. The first part is going to be an overview of how this operating system is working, how this Hackintosh is working on my machine. The second part is going to be the hardware review, wherein I'll be sharing with you all details of hardware which I'll be using on my computer for this build. The third part is going to be the important part, wherein we'll be using our Windows operating system and making a bootable flash drive for macOS Tahoe. Also in the same part, I'll be showing you guys how to use OpenCore Simplifier process to create a ready-to-use EFI folder. It works like a charm. This OpenCore thing has made process really simple for all of us. We just need to run a shell script. It will identify the system hardware of your computer. It will create text file and the other files according to your system's hardware, and it will give you the ready-to-use EFI folder, which you guys can place in the EFI partition of your flash drive, and you can directly boot from that EFI partition. The last part is going to be the post-installation process, wherein we will be going inside our Mac operating system, copy the EFI folder from our flash drive and place the same folder into the EFI partition of our computer, and we'll be good to go to boot from our macOS Hackintosh partition. So that's it guys, that's the overview of what we're going to do in today's video. Without wasting any further ado, let's hit the intro and start the video. Alright, as you guys can see, it's working right here on my computer. We've got proper working macOS Tahoe. If I can show you all the hardware of my computer as well, this is my machine, this is my Hackintosh. The water cooler sensors are not working as of now, because this is Mac. I haven't got the supported text for my water cooler, so it's not showing the current temperature of my CPU, but other parts are working really great. So this is the graphics card which we will be using for today's video. This is Gigabyte AMD Radeon 5700XT, 256 bits of bus speed, and it has got like 8 GB of 8 GB of memory in it. It is OC compatible, so I can also overclock this. So this is the graphics card which we will be using in our today's video. If you guys want to see what all graphics card you guys can use to install Mac OS Hackintosh, I will be giving the list right here. As you guys can see, these are the graphics card which will be compatible for your Mac OS Hackintosh. I'm gonna just play YouTube videos to show you all how things works. It's working really fine. I mean, there is no glitch. It's really smooth. And so that's it about the performance. As you guys can see, 4K 60 FPS is playing really well on this Hackintosh. It's working really great. And apart from this, I've used the Final Cut Pro, the Adobe Premiere Pro as well on this computer, and it works really great. That was about the video performance of my Hackintosh. I'm going to show you all the configuration of my computer. Let me just zoom in a little bit so that you guys can see what's written there. It has got AMD Radeon RX 5700XT 8 GB. This is the OC version. I can overclock this as well. Unfortunately, I am just using 8 GB of graphics card in this computer because I just wanted to get the work done, and I use my computer I just use my computer very less. I don't work on this computer. I have my laptop as well, on which I stay connected every day. If you ask me, I would definitely recommend using 16 GB of RAM. At least it's a decent amount of RAM for your Hackintosh if you guys are willing to use this as an editing machine. This is working good on my computer because load is being handled by the processor. It has got a i9-7920X processor, which has got 12 cores and 18 threads, maybe supporting my Hackintosh, and it's just like working really good on my machine. That's about the configuration of my system. I'll be using this SSD. This was just lying. I just thought of making use of it, and just to get the work done. I thought it might not work, but Mac works really good on this hard drive. And though I wanted to use a spare drive because the drive gets formatted and everything on your drive gets erased, so I thought of using this spare drive for this project. Apart from this, I'm also using this NVMe SSD with a single slot here. This is Gen 4. So it also works great. I have got my Windows operating system installed on this, but for my future Mac Hackintosh project, I will be using this drive just to increase the speed of my Hackintosh operating system. So guys, now we'll be moving to the third part of the video, which is to go inside the Windows operating system, make a bootable flash drive for macOS Tahoe, prepare an EFI partition for our Hackintosh, and then we'll be booting from that flash drive to install Mac operating system into our computer. So let's switch the camera. I'll enter into the Windows operating system and I'll show you how to create a bootable flash drive for macOS Tahoe. Let's start the video. I have placed all the files which I'll be using for this project in this Mac files. As you guys can see, I've placed the operating system into this folder as well. So this is Olarilla Tahoe 26.3.2. It's of 20 GB. You guys can go to internet, search for it, download, and if you guys want, you can make the similar folder and place all the useful files in it. So all the tools which we'll be using for this process, I will be giving you guys a direct link to that tool. So we'll be starting with ACUS Partition Master, then we're gonna go for BalenaEtcher, and then we have to download OpenCore Simplify. This is gonna be the folder which will be extracted from it, and we're gonna go for the Explorer into Explorer pp_64, whatever it is. Yeah, so you guys have to download these folders. Except for this, I will be providing all these links. So you guys can just download these softwares and folders from the link. So go to Google and type in BalenaEtcher, and I'll click on first link here, and I will download the BalenaEtcher, run the setup file, install this in your computer. This is the software, this is the writing tool which we will be using to write the image file, the Mac image file, into a flash drive. Again, go to Google, ACUS Partition Manager, press enter, go for the first link. It will give you a pop-up to download this free installer. You guys can download the free installer and install this software in your computer. After that, you guys have to come to Google and type in Explorer++ download. Go for the first link and click on download 64-bit. Just click on download. Once it gets downloaded, open it, unzip it in the Mac files so that you guys have a ready to use folder for this software. To go to Google and type in OpenCore Simplified or OpenCore Simplifier download. You'll get the first link to download this. Click on this first link. You'll be taken to the GitHub repository. You just have to click on this drop down and you have to click on download zip. Once this thing gets downloaded, you have to unzip it into the Mac files folder which you've made on the desktop. These are the files you guys have to download for this process. Once you guys are done with this, close everything, and these will be the files. If you guys have done things right, if you guys have extracted those two folders, you guys will get these two files, and apart from that, you guys will have icon for these two softwares as well over here. Once we are done with all these, we will be also downloading Transmac. Install the Transmac software in your computer. So once you run the Transmac application, it will ask you to enter the key or run. Since this is the trial version, we can just run it. This is my flash drive, which is right here. Right clicking on it and clicking on format disk for Mac. Guys, make sure to right click on this software and click on run as an administrator, because if you guys don't do it, you guys have to face this kind of issue. So just click on yes and it will restart this as an administrator. So this is the flash drive which I have right here. I'll right click on it and I'll click on format disk for Mac and I'll click on yes. It will ask me to name the flash drive, so I'll just name it OS X. Just click on yes and it will start formatting the flash drive. I'll just click on cancel, click on yes. I'll click on OK. It may flicker, it may give you that kind of black screen which just came on the screen. So I'll just close this now. And now it's time for us to use BalenaEtcher application to make a bootable flash drive for our Mac operating system. So I'll just right click on this application and I'll click on run as an administrator. I'll click on this flash file from, and this is asking me to select my Mac operating system image file. So I'll just double click here and I'll click on open. Now asking me to select the target, I'll click on here and I will select my flash drive and I'll click on select one. I'll click on flash. We'll start flashing the operating system onto our flash drive. So guys, this process will take a little bit longer, again depending upon your computer speed. I'll pause the video right here and I'll start the video once this process gets completed 100%. Alright, so this is at 99% now. I just resumed the video at 99% because I wanted to show you something, because after this 100% checks the flash drive, it will take more half an hour. So okay, you can skip this for now since it's done. Alright guys, so we are done making our flash drive for macOS Tahoe. If you guys want, you guys can recheck by right clicking on this Transmac, start as an administrator. Click on your flash drive, you will see this install macOS Tahoe here. That means you have successfully made a flash drive for macOS Tahoe. I'm going to close this page now and I will go to this Mac files. Now it's time for us to run ASUS partition master to identify the EFI partition of a flash drive. So we're gonna have to run this ASUS partition master. Right click on it and click on run as an administrator. These are different drives which are connected to my computer. I'll just go to the flash drive and as you guys can see, it says EFI partition right here, but it does not has any kind of label to it like the C drive and F drive. So we're gonna have to give a label to it. Only then this will be identified by our Windows. So you just have to right click on it. You have to come to partition properties and then you have to click on change drive letter. Just click on here. Instead of this none, we have to give any name to this partition. So I'll give it let's say E drive. That means EFI partition. I'll just click OK. And it asks us to execute this task. So I'll just click on here and it will start executing this task. I'll just click on apply to for the changes to be made. I'll click on continue. I'll click on OK. So this right tick means the changes has been taken effect. So I'll just click on done and I'll close this. Now we are done making the EFI partition for our flash drive. If you guys can see here, you guys can see this EFI partition, but it is not accessible using our Windows operating system because this is a partition which do not have the permission from Windows. So just close this and cancel this. We have to now start making an EFI folder for our system hardware. So now it's time for us to open the OpenCore Simplifier. We've got OpenCore Simplify -main. So I'll just double click here. This batch file which says OpenCore Simplify. Just right click on it and click on run as an administrator. Now, if you are running this for the first time, it will ask you to install the Python program into your computer. So just click on yes and it will kind of install it. It will take some time, but it will install the Python software into your computer. So type yes and press enter. I've already got Python software in your computer, so it's not asking me to install one. So you have to go accordingly. You have to first go to the first option which says select hardware report. This will give you an overview of your system's hardware and it will actually let you know if your system is compatible for macOS Tahoe or whatever version it may be. So it will give you an overview of what operating system of Mac is compatible for the hardware you are using in your computer. So just press 1 and press enter. Type in capital E, like uppercase E, and press enter. And now it will take some time. It's collecting the information from my system. Guys, do not close the window. It will create a problem. As you guys can see, these are my system's hardware and it's showing that my system's hardware is compatible for macOS Tahoe. It says that I'm using AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT. It is compatible from macOS Catalina 10.15 to macOS Tahoe 2.26. Let's press enter to continue. Now I want to go for macOS Tahoe. My hardware supports it, so I'll just click on 25 since Tahoe is at 25. I'll press enter. So once this thing will come, you just have to select the audio keys for your system. But the one which has OpenCore Legacy Patcher, click on first and press enter. So it says that it has found the AMD graphics card, so it just asked me to press enter. I'll just press enter. It's now giving me a lot of things here. I am not going to go for anything else apart from this. Don't go for third, fourth, and fifth option, guys, because it's by default selected. Go for the sixth one, which says build OpenCore EFI. Since all of the text files and other files are by default selected by OpenCore Simplifier. So just click on S, just type in 6 and press enter. Proceed further, type in yes and press enter. It will start making an EFI folder for your EFI partition. So just give it some time. It's asking us to select the right file. It's already given me the second option to go for. I'll just click on number 2 and press enter. And it's now generating the EFI file. As you guys can see, it has popped up. It just opened a window which has got the ready to use EFI folder. I'll just double click here and see if I've got the keys for my hardware. So as you guys can see, all these keys are built by this OpenCore Simplifier. Now I'll just close this. It has saved the files in Mac file, OpenCore Simplify main and result, and I will go to Mac files, and I will drag this EFI folder to my Mac file just to be on the safer side. Now it's time for us to place this EFI folder into our flash drive's EFI partition. So I'll just double click on Explorer++, and I will right click on here on Explorer++, and I'll click on Run as an administrator. In here I've got 3 files. Let me see if I can delete them. I'll click on yes. I'll click on skip the system volume information. There's one thing which you won't be able to do, and that is to drag and drop this file. So just don't drag and drop, because if you do that, it will not work. You have to right click, you have to copy this, you have to come here, you have to right click here, and you have to try pasting it here. It will paste the EFI folder into the EFI partition of your flash drive. Guys, we are done making a bootable flash drive for our macOS Tahoe. Also, we are done making a bootable EFI partition, and now it's time for us to reboot our system and boot from the flash drive which we just made. So guys, my computer is starting now. I'm going to tap the F8 key to go into my boot device menu. So these are the drives which are connected to my computer. I'm going to have to be really careful to install macOS Tahoe, because there are important drives which are connected to my computer. Guys, make sure you go to your system BIOS and reset the BIOS to default. If you guys want, you guys can take help from ChatGPT and make the changes in your system BIOS. It's very important to make changes in the BIOS, because unless you do it, you guys won't be able to install macOS on your computer. There are a few critical and important things you have to do changes in the BIOS. This first one is my Windows Boot Manager. I'm going to go with the second one, which says UEFI SanDisk Partition 1. I'll press enter, and it will take me to the Mac boot menu. I'll go for the Apple icon which says install macOS Tahoe, and I'll press enter. It will run these scripts, and it will take some time. So just wait for some time. Yep, just English, and I'll just go next. I'll go to disk utility and I'll click continue. I labeled it macOS earlier when I installed Mac operating system on it. I highlight this drive and I click on partition. As you guys can see, it says enforce sure that this is the drive on which I have installed Mac earlier. So just keep it like that. Click on this drop down and select on APSF only, because this is the most compatible partition scheme for Mac. So go for apply partition, and it's just making my partition for my macOS. I'm going to close this page, and now I'm going to click on install Mac Tahoe, and I'll click on continue. macOS Tahoe setup utility, I'll click on continue. I click on agree, again click on agree. Now it's asking me to select the drive on which I want to install macOS Tahoe. So I'll click on this drive. I'll click on continue. Now it's going to take time for this process to complete. I'm going to pause the video right here. I'm going to resume the video once the process completes 100%. So guys, the computer just restarted itself. This is the first restart which happened. It installed the entire operating system and it just rebooted itself. So once the computer restarts for the first time, again we have to keep on tapping the button which takes us to the bootloader. So here we are in the bootloader screen. We're gonna have to again go for a UEFI partition from our flash drive, and I'll press enter. Once I boot from it, it will give us the Apple macOS bootloader. I'm gonna go for macOS installer and I'll press enter. And I'll wait for the installer to load. So now it's giving us an Apple logo in the center, and it's asking us to wait till 29 minutes. Till the time it completes that, I'll pause the video and I'll start the video once the entire process completes. So guys, the computer just rebooted itself for the third time. We are again back to the boot device menu. Just to correct myself guys, this is the second time the system has restarted. First, it has restarted after the installer window. The second time, it just restarted now. Where it gave us the 29 minutes thing at the bottom. So this is the second restart. I will again go to macOS installer and I'll press enter. Again, go to the UEFI partition of my flash drive, and for the third time we're gonna do the same process. We're gonna enter in into the UEFI partition of our flash drive, and this time it says macOS right here. I'll press enter on this and it will again run this script in the background. So guys, we have to keep repeating this process until it comes to the welcome thing. I'll just go to the UEFI partition of our flash drive again. I'll press enter. After selecting the macOS partition, this is the last time it just took us through the script again, and this is just a white screen which came for a time being. And as you guys can see, we've got the hello thing at the center of the screen. I'll go to next. Ignore. It has got welcome logo in the center, and it says get started. I'll click on get started. It will bring the entire icon and everything. Okay, perfect. All right, we're done installing the macOS Tahoe on our computer. As you can see about this Mac, and here we are. I'll run the browser to see if proper internet drivers, the KEX files. So the network KEX do works. We've got internet connectivity on our Mac Tahoe. So guys, now we're going to go to the last part of the video, which is the post installation process for our Mac operating system. Now here we have to go to the internet and download OpenCore Configurator. OpenCore Configurator download. I'll go for the first one. I'll scroll down and I'll click on download. Just drag it here on the desktop screen. Double click on it. When you try to open this tool for the first time, it will give you this pop-up. Click on done, go to settings, scroll down here, come to privacy and security, scroll down. Here you see OpenCore Configurator is blocked. You're gonna have to click on open anyway. It will ask you for the password for the system. I'm going to put in my password here and I'll click on OK. Now, once this page opens, you're going to have to go on the top of the page. You have to click here, and this will bring all the drives which are connected to the computer, and you have to make the EFI partition of the drives visible. First, search for Enforce. This is the drive on which I've installed my macOS. I will click on Mount Partition. It's going to ask me for the password. I'll put in the password and I'll click OK. It will not come here. I'll let you know how to do it. Okay, just wait. And now this time I'm going to go for Cruiser Blade. This is my flash drive. I'll click on Mount Partition and it has mounted the partition again. Go and click on Finder. We'll click on Settings. Now from here we'll have to check mark this box which says hard disk. I'll click here and I'll close the page. Now as you guys can see, all the drives which are there in my computer has become visible here. I will switch to the screen recording software. I want you to see things clearly. So switching the camera now. I've already mounted the EFI partition of my computer's hard drive as well, the drive on which I've installed Mac. So if I double click on it, it will not open. Guys, you will encounter this issue. If you double click on the EFI partition of your Mac's drive, it will not open. Just try going to the setting icon once again. Click on Open Partition for your Mac's drive, and it will open the partition of your Mac drive. So you guys have to open both of the partition. One is the partition of your Mac hard drive and one is the partition of your flash drive. Make sure you know which partition is which. Keeping things clear, I'll first open the partition of my flash drive. So I'll click on Open here. So this is the partition of my flash drive which is on top. I'll again click here and I will click on the partition of my Mac hard drive, which is this one. So I'll click on Open now, flash drive. So I'll just have to copy this folder from here and paste this folder here. Do the needful. I'll just replace this over here. Just for the sake of backup, I will right click. I will move to trash. I will copy this and I'll paste it here. We just copied the EFI partition from our flash drive to the EFI partition of our Mac drive. You guys have to make the last change, and that is to edit the config.plist file from the EFI folder of your Mac's hard drive, because we want to get rid of the verbose script which runs during the startup. So just double click here in this folder and go to OC, and you guys can see we've got config.plist file here. I'll just right click on it and I'll click on Open With. I'll go to Open With and I'll click on OpenCore Configurator. So once you open this, you have to come to NVRAM, and from here you have to come to the third option. Just highlight this, and here you see the boot arguments. You just have to click here. Just double click here on the boot arguments and make sure you delete this -v first, and also make sure we don't have the space here. Just go in front of the D alphabet and make sure you again hit the backspace to make sure there's no space out here. So that's it, guys. We're done removing the verbose thing from the boot arguments. Now we will be able to boot from the EFI partition of our Mac drive, and it will not run the script anymore. So just click on the file and go to save, and it has saved the file. Guys, I'm not going to do any more tweaks with my computer because everything is working fine on my computer. My audio drivers are working fine. The video graphics drivers are working fine. The internet is working fine. So everything is working fine on my computer. I don't need any kind of extra tweaks to be done. Fine. So let's go ahead and restart the computer and see if we are able to directly boot from the EFI partition of our Mac's drive. So I'm just gonna remove the flash drive. Like that. I'm gonna go to the Apple icon here and I'll click on restart. And I'm gonna now switch the camera to the monitor screen. So guys, this is the computer monitor screen. I'll click on restart to restart our computer. I will restart it. Just tapping the F8 button to go to the boot device menu. And this time we'll be booting from the EFI partition of our Mac's hard drive. I'm gonna have to go for UEFI OS Enforce 128 because this is the 128 GB SSD. So just press enter. And as you guys can see, it has booted from the macOS bootloader. We're gonna boot from the macOS, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that it will not run that script again for the verbose mode, it will directly show the Apple logo in the center and it will boot directly into the OS, and that will be faster as well this time. So I'll just press enter here, and as you guys can see, we've got Apple logo right there and it's booting into the macOS, and this time it's going to go much faster compared to the verbose mode. And as you guys can see, we are booted into our login screen for macOS. Guys, this time it was much faster, if you guys might have noticed, because we have removed the verbose mode from the config.list file. And just to show you all that we have booted from it properly, I'm going to enter the password, and we'll see if we are able to connect to the internet as well. So I'll just ignore this. Guys, this is the pop-up. I'm getting this pop-up because I have connected the other devices to my computer as well. That's where I get those pop-up. So I'll go to Safari and I'll check if I have the internet connection. I'll go to Google and it's opening Google. That means I have the internet connection on my computer. So guys, that's how you get the things done. So this Mac bootloader will also help us to boot directly from our other hard drive, which has got the Windows operating system on it. I'll have to do some changes here. I'll have to keep tapping the delete button to go to the BIOS menu. This is the UEFI OS partition of my computer's Mac hard drive. So I'm gonna just take it up. I'm just gonna make it as a primary partition to boot my computer from, and I will go to save and exit, and I will click on OK. So this time I don't have to keep tapping the F8 button. It will directly boot from the EFI partition of Mac drive. Perfect. So I'm going to go to Windows this time and I'll press enter and see if we are able to boot from Windows. Perfect. We are able to boot into Windows as well. So I'll just put my password here and see if things are working correctly. So guys, that means we are able to dual boot as well. If you guys have Windows on other hard drive and if you've got the Mac hard drive separate, you guys can dual boot as well from both of the drives. So that's it, guys. That's how you install macOS Tahoe on your computer. I hope I have explained the entire process to y'all in a proper way. You'll be able to run Mac flawlessly on your computer. Trust me, once it starts working like a charm. So it might require multiple retries. Please do not lose hopes. Whatever I've given the instructions in the video, please follow those instructions. If you get stuck at any point, do message me in the comments box. I will read your message and I'll reply back with my best. Again, you guys can feel free to write your questions in the comments box down there. Guys, again, I am really excited for this entire process. I'm really excited for this entire series. I'm going to be making these kind of videos frequently. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do subscribe to my channel, Adam's Tech Guide. There's a good news. I've shifted myself to the new studio. This is my new setup area. This is my new studio. From now on, there will be lots of videos which will be coming and you guys will be noticing that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.